Hello everyone, I just want to introduce you to our Platinum Spars factory. Currently we're using one forming machine just here, but we do have an additional 2 machines here that will be put into use shortly. So currently we are pulling a few moulds. We've got a few lined up down here, as you can see. But currently we've only got 2 models in production at this factory at the moment because the factory is not yet finished. So I'll take you a walk through. It's going to take some time because the building's quite large. So you can see here we've got 2 additional holes where we'll be putting machines to produce the bathtubs that we do. And you will see eventually we will be moving swim spa production here. So the hole's ready for the machine to be put into, but there's no machine on site yet. You can see behind me the sheer size of the unit. So once the spars have been on the vacuum forming machine, they'll be left on the floor as I showed you earlier to just cool down. They'll then be brought over here. So we have here a machine that does all the resin spraying. So everything in this factory will be done by robots. So the shells will be brought into here where the fiberglass will be sprayed on by robot. See if I can get through. So you see it's quite a large chamber down here. We have a couple of ovens which are not yet finished. So we have an oven here and an oven further down there. So once the tubs have been fiberglass, they'll be moved onto these production lines here, where the workers will hand roll all the fiberglass. So on these production lines alone, we can have over 100 spars on the lines. You see there's further lines inside the booths. Again, everything's automated, so you'll see that there's tracks here. So no humans will be moving the hot tubs around. Everything will be on runners effectively. So that will avoid any damage quality issues. You can see work still being done on site currently. So there's still lots to do. In the lower area here, again, you'll see that there's tracks, but this is where the insulation will be sprayed. So you can see there is some spray currently, as we have been building a few spars here, but we're not in full production yet. So this is where the insulation will be sprayed. Again, it'll be done by robots. Once that's done, it'll go along these tracks that you see here. And it's going to go into the next room that we have. So in this room, this is where all the drilling is going to be done. So again, it's not finished, but everything will be done by robots. So effectively, you'll have a spar on here, which will be rotated, and then the robots will simply just drill the holes out for the jets. Come through here. We've not got the runners in place yet, but eventually we'll have runners going all the way to the other side of the building that you can see. I'll just do a little detail off the production line. So in this warehouse, this is where we'll be producing the covers for the hot tubs. So everything that we do is in-house. So the covers will be done in the same factory effectively. In this area where we're walking, this is simply where all the spars will go after they finish drilling, just onto the next stage of production. You can see we're back in the main warehouse where the forming is done. So it's a huge open space, so plenty of space for us to store spars, not a problem. So I'll just take you through to the next part of the warehouse that we have. So in here, this is where we'll be producing all the side panels for the hot tubs. So as I mentioned earlier, everything that we do will be produced in this warehouse. So all the side panels for the spars will be produced in here. Now this is the exciting part. So once the spars have gone down this line here that I mentioned to you, they're going to come to this machine here. What will happen, they're going to go into here, and again, all done by robot, so it's all automated. They'll go up the top, along, and then they're going to run along the top of this little bridge here. So we're going outside now. So what we wanted to do is still be able to use this area here, but above us, the spars will be moving along here. Again, all by robots, so no human interference at all. Up here, and you'll see they'll go along here, and then eventually they'll drop back down to be on this skid here. And again, they'll be able to move along the tracks that we have on the floor. So you see the area behind me, this is where we'll produce the bathtubs here. And if we rotate, this is a warehouse storage area. So I'll just take you through that. So this is where we'll be storing spars that are ready to be shipped out. And moving along will be the storage for the spare parts, accessories for the hot tubs that we need to construct. So all those parts will be kept in there. Now we'll move over to the actual production lines. So this is where the majority of the work will be done. So you can see we have effectively, there's 2 lines of production, one either side. But if you look, there's central rollers running down the middle, and then on the side, there's slots for spars. So effectively you can have a spar here, a spar here, and it continues. On the other side, you'll notice that we can fit 2 spars on each row. But if you look, these rows go on for a long time. So we can fit 100, 150 spars on this production line at any one time. So we can have 100 spars on the production line for fiberglassing and spraying, 100 to 150 spars here, actually being worked on, all the pipe work being doing, pumps being assembled, everything like that. Once we actually get to the end of these production lines, again, it's all on rollers, so no humans are moving any spars. And the central row is all automated, so you don't need to push any spars, it's all done by robot. You'll see at the end of both the production lines, we've got the spar turning machines. So the spars will go in here upside down. They'll go into here. You see there's the buttons on the end. So all we do is we simply press a button and that will rotate them. So we've got one here, and you'll see there's another one here. So we've got 2 of those. Now you'll notice on the floor you've got the tracks, and if you look down the far end, there's the yellow skid effectively. So the spars will be put onto those, then they will move down these tracks all the way down, again fully automated, so no humans are touching it at all. Once they come down, they'll move onto the wet test area. So you see it's a huge wet test facility here. Again, the central rollers down the track and the rows either side. So each one of these little sets of rollers is effectively a spar. So on here, again, you can fit probably 100 spars. So we can effectively producing 350 spars at any one time. So you'll see the wet test area, comprehensive wet test area. Again, you'll see work still being done, so the lines are still being painted, so the factory's not yet being in production. You'll see we've just got a spar here. So currently we're doing training in the factory for the workers. A lot of the workers have come from the main Sunrans factory in Guangzhou and have moved over to the Platinum Spars factory. So once the spars have got to the end of the wet test facility, you'll notice there's another machine. Now it looks similar to the turning machine that we had earlier. However, this is slightly different. So what happens with this machine, the spars will go into there and then they'll be fully rotated 360 degrees. Now what that's for is to ensure that there's no water left in any of the pipes at all, which will be much better for transport reasons. You're not going to get any nasty bacteria in the pipework, so much better. So I'll take you a quick look outside so you can see. So we're now back outside so you can appreciate the sheer size of the building that we're in. This is just one of the two buildings we've just walked in. Okay, so I'll just rotate. As you can see behind me, we've got the Platinum Spars logo on the building. If we look over here, this is actually the building all the factory workers will live in. So the facilities here are significantly better than traditional Chinese facilities. So there's over 200 bedrooms in that building alone. There's also a cafeteria, restaurant, and activities for the employees to use. Over here, behind me, we've got what's going to be a basketball court, so the workers can play there. If we look behind me again, this is actually the guest house. So when I stay or potential customers stay at the factory, this is where we'll be staying, with a huge Olympic-sized swimming pool there. Now we'll have a little walk over to the main offices. So again, you'll see behind me, it's the Platinum Spars factory here. But Sunrans, they've also got one of their offices here as well. So if you look here, this is going to be Sunrans' office. So I'll take you a little walk inside so you can appreciate the building that they're going to be working from. It's been raining quite heavily in China, so there's a lot of water on the floor. The groundworks are not quite finished. So you can see it's a huge modern office. It's all glass fronted, so it looks spectacular when you're looking at it. I don't know if you can see because the wind's not blowing great, but up here we've got the Platinum Spars flag. So we've got an English flag, a Chinese flag, and the Platinum Spars flag. So that's just to signify the relationship that we have with our Chinese supplier Sunrans and the partnership that we have in place. So walk into the main building. Again, everything is really high end. So you see the welcome desk there, the Sunrans logo. We'll walk into the main showroom area. So this showroom area is going to be displaying all the Platinum Spars products. Just turn the lights on, 2 seconds. Okay. So this will effectively be the Platinum Spars showroom. So when customers come to visit us, they can see all the spars that we have on display in this high-end showroom here. So everything is extremely premium in the showroom. It'll be extremely high-end, We've got toilet facilities, changing facilities in here, so potential customers can try out the spas if they wish. So back into the reception area here. This will be another showroom, although there's still plenty of work to be done in here. You see work's being done as we speak right now. So again, a nice big open showroom. So I'll take you upstairs so you can see all the office facilities that we have available. Just need to go into one of the lifts that we have. So we'll go to the second floor first, which has a bit of a showroom in there. Again, it's not finished yet. So this showroom is actually going to be for baby spas. Now, this is a product that's not overly popular in the UK or China, but it is, UK or Europe, but it is extremely popular in China. So a lot of families are buying baby spas for their small children. Now there's different types. There's one for like a massage, and there's another to teach them to swim effectively. It's very similar to a swim spa. So this will be the showroom for the baby products. If you look over here, nice balcony, again into the entrance of the building. We'll walk through here. Again, as you can see, still plenty of work to be done. All the tiling's done. Hello. There's people on site working currently. So nice big open space for further showroom facilities. We'll go up to the third floor. We'll take the stairs instead. This is my favourite part of the building. So right here, this will be like a kind of little cafe area. So some seats for people to sit, relax. Then we'll walk into the main offices. So in here, we've got a nice meeting room. Again, you can look outside. Appreciate the size of the plot that's here. The Platinum Spas flag flying there. You see there's a few smaller meeting rooms behind me. A couple of offices. Main open office, this will be effectively a sales office. More offices, financial department, factory managers, things like that. Okay, so the favourite part is my office. So we'll walk through here. Awesome corner office. Nice bookcases over here. Fantastic views. Look out the window, we can see the apartments for the workers. Awesome view of the Platinum Spas factory right there. The guest house and swimming pool. Again, this is not yet finished, but it will be in the coming month or so. And then just a nice little toilet facility here. And then finally over here, just a small little room. Very traditional in China. You have a small little room like this, where effectively you'll sit and you'll drink green tea. So thank you everyone for watching the video. If anyone's got any questions or want further photos, let me know. Thank you.